Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather next 10 to 14 days. For today's second video, day 10, going to take us to around the 10th of November. So we'll be able to extend out beyond that, the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They run to around a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a look at CFSV2 at the end of video for the next 4 weeks. That will take us into the second half of November, or towards the end of November, I suppose now. Right, so I'll get on that video very short. I just say that the first video released today was weekend forecast, so that's having a detailed look at the weather for the weekend. Essentially, it's going to be a week of change, starting unsettled, low pressure dominating, wet and windy and all of that stuff, and then going to go to high pressure, which will turn it drier and colder as we get into the middle and second half of next week. We could even start getting our first overnight frosts of the season. We shall see about that. Now, at 6 o'clock, we're going to be premiering the second winter 2020-21 seasonal model rounder. So we've got 15 long-range models to get through with that. It goes on for around 25 minutes. Got 15 long-range models to get through with that one. And yeah, so we'll be premiering that. We're going to see what they're all showing for winter. We're going to be premiering that from 6 o'clock. So I shall see you. I'll be in the live chat with you all at 6 on YouTube. And we'll go through all of those models and see what we're all sharing for winter 2020-21 for only the second time this season. It's going to be fantastic. So I'll see you all at 6 o'clock for that. Just say that we've hit 7,900 subscribers. Well, just one under, actually. But I think, like, the number on the dashboard, my dashboard in YouTube is a little bit behind. So I think we probably have hit 7,900 subscribers. There's the confirmation on the GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, 7.9k subs. So we are just 100 subs off 8k. Now, I did say when we get 7,900 subscribers, we will tell you about how you can enter to win the prize draw for the £30 Amazon voucher we're going to give away in a live stream when we hit 8k. So we'll do that in tomorrow's live stream. Going to be live streaming from 6 o'clock tomorrow. In that live stream, I'll tell you all of the details about how you can enter the giveaway to win the £30 Amazon voucher. And from tomorrow's live stream, you will be able to start, entering in this competition. So you'll find out how what you got to do to enter. Not going to be anything difficult, but you'll find out in the live stream tomorrow all of the details about the giveaway. And then from now, from 7,900 subs up to 8k, you'll be able to enter the prize draw to win that £30 Amazon voucher. We will give away in a live stream when we hit 8,000 subscribers. We're only 100 subscribers off now. It's amazing. Wow. Very, very exciting time. So live stream tomorrow from 6 o'clock. You'll find out. We won't be giving up the Amazon voucher away in that live stream, but you'll find out how you can enter, and from that live stream you'll be able to start entering the prize draw. Okay, so that's that done and dusted. Let's get on with the video then. So, here we go. Central temperature is currently looking like this. The CT currently looks like this. It's 10.6. That's provisional up to yesterday, 30th of October. So that's just 0.1 of a degree above average. So basically we're around average at the moment. Obviously going to tick up a little bit, then a bit downwards correction. So I don't think we're going to deviate too far from this really. I think we'll come in somewhere probably around 10.5, maybe 10.4, something like that. I would anticipate is where we'll finish up, but we'll find out tomorrow, and of course I'll bring you up to date with that in Monday's video, but we'll find out tomorrow hopefully where the CT has ended up, where it's ended up for October. These are the 500 millibar high and flow charts for Penn State University for next week, 10 days. Got the ECMWF on the top, the GFS, which I'll look in a moment, is on the bottom. So 500 millibars is now reading at high pressure, low pressure, being moved by texting, running above. Extrapolate high pressure, produce low pressure. Anticyclone, look at this, big change on what we've had for October. High pressure is coming back. High pressure comes back as we go through the first week, 10 days of November. We'll settle things out, turn things colder. Yes, there will be some overnight frost too, but it will turn turn things a lot drier. There is low pressure in the Atlantic, and by day 10 that low pressure might be starting to try and tuck in, turn things a little bit more unsettled from the south. But this high pressure is not all that far away from getting itself into being a northern blocking feature, by the way. And there is probably some very cold air that's pulling down around the backside of the high there into like northern Scandinavia and western Russia. So winter could well start to bite into northern Scandinavia, Baltic sort of areas. Could be Baltic in the Baltic, and into western Russia as well. Could be turning a lot colder through there. This how the GFS is looking in the 7-10-8 time frame. Again, it's getting us to around the 10th of November. Again, high pressure is dominating. High pressure a little bit more centered towards our northeast, so it's a little bit more of an easterly drift, a little bit more of an easterly wind with the GFS perhaps. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens with that. Notice this feature over here as well. That's either a tropical storm or a hurricane showing up across Florida. That looks quite significant. I have not shown you the National Hurricane Center actually. So I might stop the video in a moment. I'll pause the video, get the National Hurricane Center up, and I'll probably show you about at the end of the video. In fact, let's do that now. So just pause the video a second. Right, there you go, not got National Hurricane Center up, so we'll have a look at that at the end of the video. Right, so let's move on to the GFS ensembles. Here we go then. Today we're looking at Redcar. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for Redcar. The red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Redcar. And you can see that we're pretty mild at the moment. Temperature's going to tick down a little bit over the next day or so. Then we're going to tick up early next week. So very up and down, very zonal. Then we go colder than average in the middle of next week. High pressure builds in. So that will settle things down and turn things colder. And then the second half of next week, the upper air temperatures are lifting up, but within high pressure. So probably still be relatively cold on the surface. Then quite close to average as we go through the second week of November at Redcar. Plenty of rain to come over the next 2 or 3 days. Then drier through much of next week, from around Tuesday, Wednesday onwards, dry till next weekend. After that, probably going a little bit more showery. Temperature anomalies from the 31st of October to the 8th of November are looking ever so slightly above average for England and Wales, near normal for Scotland and for Northern Ireland too. Precipitation anomalies from the 31st of October to the 8th of November. Wet and average in the north, and a little bit drier than average down in the south. That does include a very unsettled spell that we're in at the moment. So it just goes to show that when this high pressure gets going from around Tuesday onwards, it really is going to be drying out a lot. But not at the moment. Look at this. This latest wind flow map from earthnorthschool.net, and the low pressure is absolutely rampant at the moment. So you've got a deep area. This is Storm Aidan, of course. Deep area of low pressure to the northwest UK. More lows in the Atlantic through here. That's going to be like tonight and tomorrow's wet weather, or tonight, tomorrow morning's wet weather just there. And this low just here going to be Sunday night to Monday's wet weather. Well, the Atlantic is on fire at the moment with these areas of low pressure, but next week, as I say, it is all change. So you can see this on the generic charts. This is how the UK met. It's on the Tuesday in a cool, showery northwest wind, but notice even then we're beginning to raise the heights in the middle of the North Atlantic, and so this area of high pressure rain through Wednesday, Thursday into Friday builds into the UK and to Western Europe, turning us much more settled then under that large area of high pressure at 1,035 millibars. We'll be settling things down, but it will be turning cold by night with the risk of some widespread frost and maybe even some fog patches as well. First frost of season coming up. Have a look at the weekend forecast. More about that. This is how the GFS is looking. Cool and showery on Wednesday with those northwesterly winds. Then high pressure builds in through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. High pressure dominating weather over country initially, then by Friday begin to drift to our east, pulling in wind from the continent. So up to the end of next week, going to be pretty calm. There will be overnight frost. Next weekend, we start to pull up a little bit more of a southerly wind with low pressure down to the southwest. So I can start to see some showers breaking out in the south and in the southwest too. And so those showers begin to drift northwards as we go into next weekend, and probably getting a little bit less cold, a little bit milder down in the south as well. Moving up towards day 10, quite interesting charts. We start to generate some high pressure within the northern latitudes. We've got high pressure sitting in the Norwegian Sea here. That's what we call northern blocking. Low pressure's down around Biscay. Nothing particularly cold doing at this point. It will be chilly and anticyclonic. Winds are in from like a southeast direction. But low pressure over Biscay could provide some showers down in the south. But it's more of a pattern, but it's quite interesting. Northern blocking on the 10th of November is, it's not that common. Quite unusual. Normally November is a relatively zonal month, relatively westerly month, and you see there are no westerlies at all going on there. So yes, quite interesting. But a teaser. Is it a teaser for the winter? Well, we'll see. Time will tell. Just beyond day 10, this is the 11th of November, high pressure over Scandinavia then. So, that's called a Scandinavian high, of course, winds gently drifting in from an easterly direction, all looking very, very interesting. And then as we go up towards the end of the GFS, we start to move low pressure in from the southwest. But notice, look at this, still northern blocking. If anything, the northern blocking is coming more centred towards Greenland now. This is the 16th of November, into the middle of the month. We're a long way out. There's nothing cold particularly going on with it, so it's still drawing up the air from like southerly type direction, even if it's a little bit southeasterly. So there's still nothing cold going on at this point, but the patterns are very, very interesting. These are really interesting patterns, and if this northern blocking goes on, eventually we will find the cold air that's already trying to push down into Scandinavia. We will find that cold air beginning to surge southwards if this blocking persists around Greenland. So it is very, very interesting what we're seeing here at the moment. GM, again, cool and showery northwesterly winds on Tuesday. And in comes a high pressure through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, particularly England and Wales, turns us drier but colder. Still a little bit on the milder side, though, up in the north. Into next weekend, again, high pressure dominates the weather, and that carries on up to day 10 as well. So that's how the GM looks as we get to day 10. By this point, again, hints that this high pressure could be starting to become a northern blocking feature. So centred over Scotland, but definitely reaching northwards, definitely going northwards. There's a bit of an Arctic high up here, and again, nothing particularly cold in its own terms, but the overall pattern is looking quite interesting if you want colder weather eventually. So this is how the ECM looks. Again, cool, showery northwesterly winds on Tuesday. Then in comes the ridge. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday turns us drier. Will be colder in that ridge of high pressure. There could be some overnight frost. Into next weekend, the wind begins to pull up from the south, so it will get a little bit milder. Could be some showers breaking out in the south. Up to day 10, we start to see high pressure again beginning to form within the northern latitudes, this time in the North Atlantic, a mid-Atlantic ridge, going up to Iceland and Greenland. A trough of low pressure is sinking over Scandinavia. Northerly winds look poised here. Northerly winds are definitely poised. This is probably the closest to pulling down a very cold northerly wind just beyond day 10. There'd be a weather front, there'd be a cold front probably, or an occluded front in that sort of position. To the south of that, it's still relatively mild, but to the north of it, we've got those northerlies trying to set in. Look at the upper air temperatures. Look how the very, very cold upper air temperatures just poised just to our north to begin surging southwards. So there's probably, again, you can see where the cold fronts will be. So there's probably a cold front through here. That's the first one. And I think there'll be another cold front like through here. Or maybe that'll be an occluded front. Behind that one that the proper cold air is. But anyway, the ECM looks poised at day 10 to start pulling down something much, much colder from the north via northern blocking. Very interesting indeed. Let's have a look at the rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Lots of rain coming and going over the next few days. Plenty of wet weather piling in from off the Atlantic. And then as we go into the second half of next week, high pressure builds in and it starts to turn a lot drier. Much drier through the second half next week and up towards day 10. But by the time we get towards day 10, we're starting to get some showery rain breaking out in the south, in particular, across England and Wales. And of course, we've got those cold northerlies just poised to north of Scotland, then start surging southwards. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10. Gets us to the 11th So that's going to get us to the 10th, I should say. Sorry, the 10th of the 11th. That's right. Yeah, that gets us... sorry about that. That gets us to the 10th of November. We have 30 members of the ECM ensembles, including the control and the operational run. Operationals run, which we've just been looking at, have high pressure out to our northwest, poised to start delivering cold northerlies at any moment. And then 21 with a ridge through the country. That's going to be mostly southern and wind a little bit to the south-southeast. So that idea from the operational run, let's go back to it. This idea from the operational run, where we're just poised to start putting down some cold air from the north, actually quite well supported by the ECM ensembles. 30 of them are in a similar position with that ridge. What happens in 2 weeks' time? Let's have a look. So we have, this is from the 15th of November, mid-month. We have 20 members of the ECM ensembles with a Scandinavian high and pulling in an easterly wind. We have 70, including the control, that has brought down that northerly. Look at this. The high pressure is in the North Atlantic and going up to Greenland. The trough is sinking through Scandinavia. That's a cold trough. Between the ridge and the trough, we've got these northerly winds. So the control run does indeed, by the middle of November, pull down what will be a cold and wintry, potentially wintry anyway, north to northeasterly, possibly with a chance of some snow for northeastern parts of the country anyway. And then 14 look like that, the Scandinavian high, low pressure down to our southwest. And I suppose that's a little bit milder. Winds will be slightly more sort of south-southeasterly. But all very, very interesting. These are really, really, really interesting. I've been saying interesting so many times through this video, but these are very unusual synoptics for November. And we shall see where it's all going to go. But we're in some very, very interesting times, I think, particularly with the videos next week. CFS week 2 looks like this. These are 5 triple bar hikes broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 31st of October, 6th of November. Coming week has a high pressure to our south and southeast, low pressure up to the north. Winds are in from west-southwesterly direction. So high pressure is dominating the weather for much of the time. Now, this is week 2. This is the 7th to the 13th of November. CFS also has northern blocking, but it has it more towards the Canadian side of Greenland. And that places us still on the mild side of this ridge over Central Europe and low pressure down to our southwest. So with this, we'd still be drawing up like a southwesterly wind. The northerly does want to come southwards, but really the northerly would be going into the North Atlantic in that sort of area, I think, on this CFS run. Week 3 is the 14th to the 20th of November with high pressure or slightly above average heights to our east. Low pressure is out to the west. So still drawing up like a south-southeasty type thing. Though still not particularly cold, but could be a bit on the chilly side. And then week 4 is the 21st to 27th of November. A mid-Atlantic ridge with some higher pressure through here. A little bit of northern blocking. Low pressure down to our southwest. Still this ridge across the Med. Probably just about keeps the wind in from the southwest. I think this is a relatively mild CFS V2 run today. But certainly the shorter range models, particularly the ECM and the ECM ensembles, are definitely playing around with something cold from the north for the middle of November via northern blocking. Let's just have a look at this feature in the tropical Atlantic. It's from National Hurricane Center. I should have shown this at the start of the video, but I forgot. Never mind, we'll do it at the end. So this is disturbance 1. Got a 90% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. I won't read you everything that they're saying about it, but it looks like this is going to be our next named tropical cyclone and or possibly hurricane. I think this is hurricane or tropical storm or hurricane Eta or Eta. I think it will be. This is the latest forecast from the GFS6 So, again, let's just rattle through this very quickly. You want to keep an eye on this area just here. That's it just there. That's a tropical storm formed by Monday down in the Caribbean. Now, look what the GFS does with that. It whips up into a very significant feature indeed, deepening it like mad over Cuba and pushing it north to Florida. This is a direct hit by a hurricane. This will be a hurricane by this point. Direct hit on Florida there. on the 7th of November. That's a very significant tropical storm and or hurricane. I think it's a hurricane by this point. It pushes it northwards directly over Florida and then into the Carolinas. By the way, I think this will, if this comes off, I think this will get us into a hyperactive hurricane season for ACE. If you've been watching Winter Updates, you know all about ACE, so I won't need to go into that. But this video, we're into extended range now, but look at this. Even in the extended range, the GFS is still playing around. This is for the 16th of November, by the way. The GFS is still playing around with disturbances in the Caribbean and the tropical Atlantic in the middle of November, when we should be winding down very quickly to the end of the hurricane season. The GFS is still playing around with tropical developments. Could this be one of those seasons where we even get a tropical storm or hurricane in December? It has happened before, happened in 2005. So could this be one of those seasons where we actually have tropical storm or hurricane outside of the official end of hurricane season, which is the 30th of November? We shall see. But at the moment, all eyes are going to be on that very, very significant tropical storm or hurricane. Looks like it's going to get going in the Caribbean next week. Lastly, if you've been enjoying this video, if you enjoyed this video, if you've been enjoying the videos on the channel recently, please can you click like. Don't forget to subscribe to GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel, and make sure you tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. And as I say, we're just 100 subscribers away from 8k subs now. So, you know, we are going to get to 8k very soon, and we're going to be giving away a £30 Amazon voucher when we do. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for the support. And let's get to 8k subs as soon as we possibly can. Right, that's it for video number 2. We're going to be back with a premiere of the second Winter 2021 Season 1 Roundup at 6 PM on YouTube. I'll join you all in the live chat for that, and we'll watch a video together. It's going to be great. There's 15 long-range models to go through. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see you all at 6, if you're around anyway. I'll see you all at 6. The premiere tomorrow. We've got the 9th Winter 2021 update coming up for you at 10 AM, part 1. Looking at things like ENSO, Eurasian Snowcap. It's going to be ENSO special, by the way, this week. But looking at things like ENSO, season of temperature, Eurasian Snowcap, what's happening with hurricane season, all of that. And also, we're going to have a premiere for the Christmas update. Yes, Christmas Countdown starts again for another year tomorrow. So 2 PM tomorrow afternoon, we'll be premiering the first Christmas Countdown video. It's going to be exciting, and they'll be live streaming from 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We'll have winter data with that, CFSB2, I think can sips as well. So, and of course, I'll tell you how you can, what you've got to do to win that, or possibly win that £30 Amazon voucher when we hit 8k subs. That's all coming up in live stream tomorrow from 6 o'clock. What a weekend it is at GavsWeatherVids. I'll see you at 6 for the premiere of the second Winter 2021 update. Second Winter 2020 update at 6 o'clock. I'll see you then. Right, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.